Welcome back to another video. So I've got everything pulled off to get down to the starter. There's some corrosion you won't be able to see, but there is some corrosion on the wires. I really don't want to take the intake manifold off, but it looks like I might have to. Simple enough. I've done it 100 times, but I don't want to keep on taking it off and ruin the gasket. I've already got the intake boot, DESA valve, idle control valve, and the throttle body. All pretty self-explanatory, super simple. I'm gonna go ahead and take the intake manifold off. Basically, we're gonna have to unclip all of these CCV hoses, and we're gonna have to unclip all the wiring across here. You're gonna take out, I forget how many nuts there are down here. There's maybe like 7 nuts or so. You got to take off across down underneath this clip, and then I like to, there's another bolt, another nut down underneath, and then I like to take this out. You're gonna have to remove the dipstick as well. There's the bolt right there. The other nut's down right down there. Yeah, then I like to take this off and get it moved over, and then I take off the fuel line. Just a little better access, it's a little easier to get to, and there's enough room. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. gonna be bad quality, I apologize. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing up. So as you can see, it's an absolute pita to get down there. And that's what you're trying to back out there. Right now I got it by hand and I'm just wiggling the starter as it jams up and just keep on working it until it comes out. And then we got the other one right here, and it's already loose, but the bottom one seems to be, or seemed to be, a lot tighter, so it's been harder to, and it's harder to get to, so it's just been overall a bit of a pain, but almost there. Right, we got the new starter here, so we're gonna replace it in reverse order.